So
Okay.
Yeah, maybe I can flip this around and.
So John's first editing experience is getting rid of all this.
Oh, I should turn this off. Screw it, I'm not gonna be able to tighten this. Okay, so this from here.
Okay.
That's the highest we can go.
Okay, so that's the highest we
And
can
then
go.
we can go to about here.
So we probably want to position about there.
Yeah, that looks good. What do we
Where
have?
can you see phone? Tell me when you can see phone.
Okay, pull it back just a little bit. Pull it just a little, just. Almost there. Okay. Oh, shut off.
Jesus.
Okay.
Okay.
That's good.
Is that good here? Oh yeah. Oh, dice. That's good, man.
This is how the internet is made.
It's like a way to promote our professionalism.
All right.
Okay, we gotta see the behind.
Hey, pass me a couple more dice.
What are you doing?
Oh, you needed those there?
Yeah.
I was like, I can see them on my screen.
All right. Okay. So how about can you see
gotta-
here? Can you see them there? Yeah, you can. Well, you can
No,
see
no,
that
you're
one.
fine. You're fine.
Okay.
I didn't know you put those there, so that's fine. I
I
was like, why are these dice on the screen?
Okay.
Why are these nerds at my table?
Are we good there?
Remove the nerds. Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Oh wait, the dice are not good yet, but they will be.
There you go.
Random bucket.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, you don't have to stream this.
Okay.
You ready?
Do you not want us to?
No, I want it streamed, but I mean, I'm saying you don't have to stay on the clock to do it.
Okay.
John, good to see you.
Ted. You can tell Ted through the variety of arm tattoos.
Uh,
I just have arm hair.
yeah, we're gonna fix that.
No. What? No.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Like, have you ever thought about getting a tattoo?
I thought you meant like waxing.
Oh, really? No, we should do that too.
No, I've never thought about waxing. I have
Or-
thought about tattoos.
Or cornrows.
Cornrows?
Yeah, cornrows on your hair.
I'm not
Your arm
cornrowing my arm
hair.
hair.
Why not?
Well, welcome to our first official 40K video
Okay.
on our Mob Bro YouTube page, where we talk about tattoos and braiding arm hair.
This is relevant. I mean, I have a goth tattoo.
Well, I know, but we're not talking about braiding your damn hair.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Did the Eldar braid their hair?
Yeah, because they're pussies.
Say, would you
Can you
mean
say
elves?
pussies on YouTube? I
I
guess
don't know.
I'm gonna learn how to beep stuff out. It's
Yeah,
gonna be good
okay.
times.
Edit monkey.
Edit monkey. That's me. Please, Ted, introduce.
Okay, so we have the Betrayal at Calth. This is exciting. It comes out, I think, in 2 days. But by the time we actually have this edited,
It'll be 3
out-
days ago.
So, congratulations on stumbling upon our page accidentally.
That's how the best people do it.
Hopefully, you found it through our Fallout 4 Loot Crate unboxing.
Yep.
So this is an afterthought. Okay. So anyway, we're gonna bust this open and see what's inside here. Yeah, I mean, it's a really heavy box. I mean, I'm just gonna cut myself. But I mean, this thing is weighty. I'm guessing it's probably from all the tiles and stuff. But I'm sure there's a ton of plastic in there too, right?
Yes, yeah. Currently comes with 30 regular Marines in Mark IV armor. Comes with a Contemptor Dreadnought, 5 Cataphracti Terminators, and a couple special characters.
And I heard there's gonna be a lot of options. Ooh, you know. The cool thing about this right now, John,
What's that, Ted?
is this kind of reminds me of like the first time that I opened like a 3rd edition box. Like when you opened it up and you saw like those brand new Space Marines
Yeah.
that like Jess Goodwin did, and then like the new Dark Eldar. At the time, they were nice. Well, okay, maybe not, but this is kind of fun. I mean, like the amount of plastic, the amount of repetition that we have here, it's really kind of fun.
And the weapon options kind of all along here as well is kind of amazing. I mean, it's a full quality sprue. It's not like it's one of the starter push sprues or the click together sprues from Dark Vengeance or the 4th edition ones. You are getting a lot of variety here.
Man, you know, it's just looking at the Marine one right off the bat. You know, we've seen pictures of this. It's been all over the internet. But I mean, the old missile launcher, I think, is cool. Is that the same one? Okay, so this is a duplicate.
Yeah.
But we're seeing, see the missile launcher here. It looks like it's in multiple parts.
Yep. So here's your other part of your missile launcher here.
Okay. So where is? Oh yeah. So it's on the. Okay.
So yeah, we have the missile launcher.
Right. And I love that. You know, like the what is it? The the Whirlwind Scorpius has the
Yeah.
same kind of feel, which is from the
Yeah,
original
and it has
Rogue
that same look on that.
and I mean, you have the studded armor. From what is this guy called again? I think that it gives you like a plus in hand to hand, right? The Victorious or which one?
Vixilia.
The Vixilia.
Vixilia.
Thank you, off-screen Nate, our actual 30K knowledge
Nate,
person.
the editor.
Yeah.
It's like that little blurb in the comic book.
Oh yeah, the editor's note in the top corner, like see episode 365.
But so this is something I was really kind of curious about. A long time ago, there was when we saw the original pictures, I think there were just like screen grabs or like somebody's phone
For sure.
from White Dork in Germany. But they had the lightning claw. I mean, if you look at this, like this is, I don't know what this is harkening back to, but it's kind of neat. Like it's not like the new, like,
Yeah.
the modern claw.
You know,
It's-
I really like it because you can stick it on. I mean, you're not stuck at this is your power.
Oh, right.
Or power claw. We're talking orc talk. It's a lightning claw.
Right.
The you are able to kind of. I think it just sticks on the power fist.
Okay.
Or something like that. But I mean, it does give you a little bit more variety there. And also, by doing that as just a part that you stick onto a power fist sprue, it kind of frees up other space in the plastic for other options.
More
Like
posability and
as we
yeah.
see kind of along the bottom here, a giant row of just big F-off swords.
Those are cool. They're kind of like the catechin
Yeah.
swords. I mean, it's not a bayonet.
No, it's
the size of a man.
not your mom's bayonet. There's a joke there. I do like the classic feel of the weapons that I'm seeing here, though, from our little plasma pistol here. The missile launcher is just it's amazing. I love the look of that there.
Talking again about that plasma. I mean, it really does. Like these really harken back to like the Rogue Trader era, the dopey looking guns. Like I remember like those stupid looking las cannons.
And then we have our flamer here as well.
Oh yeah,
which
another
is again
throwback.
pretty dopey looking. I think is the best. The best way we can describe it is it's amazingly dopey looking.
The heavy bolter, though, it definitely is like a neo retro.
We have a
it's
heavy bolter
hardly
in this sprue?
So there's the part of it right
Okay.
here, and then like the massive of it right here. But I mean, if you remember back in the day, no, I take that back. There was a metal one, wasn't
Yeah,
there?
and
There
it was
underslung.
over the shoulder. So
There was one that was over the shoulder.
there was an underslung?
another. Yeah, now that I think about it, I think there was one that was underarm, but it was a fully metal guy. Like it was one piece with the plastic backpack. So I guess it is kind of going back to it. But I know, yeah, that was my thought originally too. Was that like, hey man, these weren't underslung; they were over the shoulder.
Yeah. So my only real complaint about this sprue so far, and it's far from me to be negative about something or maybe bring
What?
stuff up here.
What?
I know, crazy. The backpacks.
Okay.
To me, they're super similar
Yeah.
to modern 40K backpacks. When looking at some of the 30K sprues and kind of what they do, especially with my Pollux model that I have, they're just a little too similar to the 40K counterparts.
You're right.
I'm not going to complain because what I have in my hand is about $600 worth of Forge World miniatures for $150.
Seriously.
But if there was anything I could pick out of this additional sprue here is the backpacks are a little too similar to their 40K counterparts.
And I think really, it almost seems like what they're going for was like that second edition plastic.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But it's because it has like that circular ventilation thing in the middle, and then there's the tubes that kind of run in, and it just kind of feels like that. But yeah, I am kind of wondering like why not go back to the Rogue Trader era, but anyway, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I am in love with the helmets though.
Oh.
The helmets along the top here, and obviously we're going to get into talking
Okay,
about
forgot
like
about
tiny little pieces that you can't really see very well. But I love the styling of them. They're very, almost.
See if we can adjust the camera.
They're almost Killzone-y in how they look. I don't even own a PlayStation, but I think that's where it's going.
Yeah.
And then the unhelmeted heads at the end of the sprue there, they're very almost monocle looking to me. Like they have the like a silent movie villain with a monocle and a bald head. So I really like that there. I think that they've done a great thing with that bionic eye.
Yeah, let's see if we can get zoom in on that. There we go. Yeah, I see, okay, I see what you mean. I mean, it's not too far-fetched from like what we've been seeing,
Right.
but it doesn't seem like it with the extra tubes and stuff. Like you can kind of see down in here, kind of running from the eye. That kind of gives it that low-tech. Something about low-tech is villainous. I don't know what it is exactly. Like if you're low tech and you have extra tubes running from your face, you just don't give a shit. So you're gonna take over the world.
It's like Bane.
Yeah. So the chess. I mean, we're seeing a lot of repetition. There's not much variety there. I'm seeing a pistol hand right here, plasma pistol hand right here. Oh, you know what's kind of cool? There's an empty holster right here for your pistol. I think that's kind of a neat detail. I mean, there's so many times where you have like a guy with a pistol, but where does he put it? But if you put like a little pistol on his waist,
I spent about 10 minutes one time trying to trim out a pistol handle from a holster, and then I'm like, screw it, he's got 2 guns.
Why not, man?
But no, that's a great little piece there.
Yeah.
I think if nothing else, the amount of bits that are coming out of this is amazing, and it looks like full compatibility with existing Space Marine models as well.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, if you were to get a couple of tactical squad boxes and you mix and match armor pieces and helmets and shoulder pads, I think you're gonna have some amazing looking squads.
And that's kind of what they've been doing anyway. I mean, a lot of their kits are was it 4th, 6th, and 7th. So that makes a lot of sense. So we're seeing like power fist right here. Looks like another heavy bolter. So we'll get maybe 2 heavy bolters out of this.
I think so.
If not 3. No, we'll probably get about 4 heavy bolters. Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty neat. No, maybe it's gonna be 3 because I think this is the same sprue. Just like this. Okay, so
there's 30 Marines, so you're gonna get 3 heavy weapons, I assume.
So what do you have there?
I have one of the special characters. That would be the Terminator Captain in Cataphracti armor. I remember when a picture of this sprue first leaked several months ago. Off-screen Nate, when did these pictures first leak? It was forever ago, and everyone was like, fake, Photoshop.
At least 3 months ago.
At least 3 months ago, and there's some people calling that was an Iron Warriors character.
A lot of people thought it was originally going to be Iron Warriors versus Imperial Fist, because that was the book that had just come out.
Yeah, but, I mean, going from the pictures to the person, it's another fantastic single plastic model from GW.
Yeah.
Their ability right now with single characters and plastic is just phenomenal, and the level of detail that they fit on there is just stunning.
So something that I'm noticing is that, they're going to go together really interestingly. I think Age of Sigmar was a great example, and it was the Chaos guys from Dark Vengeance, where it was
no one cares about bases,
right? But they went together. You look at them, and it just looks like this little flange, and then there's like a hand coming off of it, but it's only half a hand, and you have to put the other half of the hand with another flange that comes back to a leg, and it's like this crazy enigma to put together. And it looks like this is kind of the same way, but what I was kind of hoping for was that the heads were going to be somewhat separable. And it looks like you can kind of cut the head off if you want to do a head swap, because I think that's like the first thing you do when you want to do I like that guy, but
what would he look like with his hat on?
Yeah, so it'll take a little bit of effort. You'll have to bust a hobby knife out, maybe do a little bit of carving to get that head to swap out with something else, but it's doable like anything. But I really dig this piece here and how the concave kind of, I don't know, there's something that really enlightening that I was supposed to say with it, but it looks really cool. So what I really wanted to look at was kind of this guy right here, because I think the pictures I saw in the White Dwarf.
Can I just point out here real quick?
Yeah.
This piece right here.
Let's.
Where it's a leg, a thick pole, and then a head, which looks like anatomically impossible that it goes there. It's hilarious to me. It's almost
this one.
It's a Quaid start the reactor moment for me. He shouldn't be alive in that pose. Yeah. There's part of me that wants to model him up just as that piece on a base.
It's he got an extra helping of mutagen that day.
All right, what's next?
So, I gotta stop it for a second, and let's go again. Okay, so the Cataphracti Terminators. Now the heads from the White Dwarf looked like they were a little bit different, and I was curious how easy it was going to be able to do head swaps.
Looks like
they're half a head, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a difficult head swap, to be honest with you. It's the base of the helmet is flat, so it's not ball jointed. Like the existing Terminator kit, it's a lot smaller than the existing Terminator kit. I think the easiest head swap is going to be an unhelmeted head. And I think if you try anything else, a Marine helmet might fit in there. But again, I think it's going to be oversized compared to what is going to go in, and it's going to make it look kind of comical.
You know, what I think might be kind of neat with that is, I'm trying to bring it a little bit more this way. I think it'd be kind of cool to do maybe like Chaos Warriors or something. You know, you might be able to shave off a Chaos Warrior head in such a way that, you know, that could be kind of interesting. I mean, I don't really care too much for those little flanges on the top of their heads. It kind of looks like, what do you call it, Arbites or Sisters of Battle helmets. Some of them.
Well, they had to get the technology from somewhere, and obviously you're not going to be running Cataphractii armor 10,000 years in the future, so it makes sense the Sisters of Battle stick the helmets.
Sure, it's got to come from, yeah.
They're like, you sisters, we deputize you, go spread words of the Imperials. Like, we shall need helmets, but like, take those. We're not using this armor anymore.
The army surplus store here has plenty of them for half off. So you got lots of loincloths. That's kind of neat.
Oh, that's sexy right there.
Yeah.
For your Marine toga party.
I've been looking for a nice loincloth for a while, but they say we can wear them at work. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different heads. So two different unhelmeted heads, and then a series.
I don't agree with unhelmeted Marines.
You know, I have this tactical dreadnought armor that's supposed to be a lot like a tank. Let's just take our helmet off. I see better that way. All right, the Cataphractii, or not the Contemptor.
Contemptor Dreadnought. The long-awaited for plastic Contemptor.
You know, something that I never really liked the image of it, because I just kept thinking of like that dopey dreadnought back in the day. You know, like the old school metal one that didn't quite make sense.
Oh, the one that had like the big shark tooth smiley face on front of it there?
Right.
Yeah.
But I remember, so I always remember that. I'm like, man, they should just update that guy. And I didn't realize until recently that this was the original, this was the Dreadnought from Epic.
No way, really?
Yeah. So now I have a new appreciation for it. Whereas before I was just like, oh, they're revamping history and all that. But yeah, no, this is originally an Epic.
You know, there's part of me that doesn't like that it's a mono pose. Yeah. But at the same time, if you want to position your Dreadnought better, or if you want more options with that, Forge World still sells a resin option.
That's true. It is plastic still, so
it is plastic still.
I
think when probably they went to Forge World, like, hey, we're going to start making Contemptor Dreadnoughts and Mark IV Marines, they're probably too busy counting all their cash from Horus Heresy to really care. But I mean, even as a monopose model, it looks fantastic. As you see, you know, it's multiple weapon options. We have our assault cannon, we have our multi-melta, or you know, people are going to be yelling at me what their actual Heresy names are, but whatever.
Multius Meltananar.
Yes.
Cataphractus.
A Heresy assault cannon.
Oh.
That's what's that?
Carries.
A Heresy assault cannon. There's still a pun in there, damn it.
Keep working it.
Yeah. I'm gonna just cut the audio for that last 30 seconds.
The face looks kind of cool, but I mean, it's kind of. I think it kind of gets softer on the back part of it. But I guess when you slide this chassis or the cowl over it, you're probably not gonna notice.
And I think that's just gonna come from the molding process. I mean, that bit does stick out quite a fair bit. And like I said, when you get the chest and everything else on there, it is going to cover the majority of the issues there.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I think that covers the plastic. If we want to later on, maybe we can get into some more detailed videos, or maybe we could just like show people what it looks like as we assemble it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So let's take a look at the board or the dice.
Roll some dice, Ted. Oh.
Wow, that's the meat of this box, huh?
See how I pretended to make groaning sounds so that it seemed more impressive than it actually was.
So there's 4 sheets in here. You want to knife this?
I'm gonna knife it.
All right. In the meantime, while he's knifing things, here's the rule.
At this point, I really want just kind of like a blood dispenser to just start spurting on camera.
It was kind of neat. This is the design from the Red Books, isn't it? Like
it's the same layout, format, and look of all the big boy Forge World books.
They're not even playing. I mean, they're just going straight to it. I mean, that's the cover, right? So it's an obvious pull from it. So hey, do we have some boards?
We do have some boards. I just saw you were flicking through a book. And thank you for Ziploc Bags Games Workshop. When I sell bits, I really enjoy bags like these. They're top quality. And then we do also have a really honestly, a really good quality transfer sheet. We have our Ultramarines Legion, and then also we have Word Bearers. Obviously, that's the 2 armies in the box.
Bring it down this way.
Yeah, go on. You do the pro stuff there.
Okay.
But
Oh yeah, these weird little glyphs from the word bearers. Is this design the circles and the circles inside the circles and all that jazz? Have you seen that before? It's the first time I noticed it was in the White Dwarf for this.
oh, it's just Heresy. I mean, that's
Okay,
that's
Heresy, that just
that's it.
describes it.
That describes everything. No, not really the number one authority on word bearers
Nate,
or
what
their
do you
symbols.
think? What's
I
the
think those are called Cheesian gifts.
Cheesian gifts?
Glyphs.
Glyphs.
I misspoke. It's the Lorgar model is covered in them,
Okay.
and they're more or less religious symbols from Lorgar's planet of Colchis.
So it goes back to
Yeah.
earlier Horus Heresy stuff then. Oh, cool. Okay. That's neat. Have you seen people using them in the artwork and stuff, or?
They're used in the artwork. Some of the special units for Horus Heresy have them, like the original Possessed have them and whatnot.
Okay. Yeah, so those are the glyphs we're talking about. And there's some lines in there. It's kind of neat where they just have these lines just for decoration or whatever. If you want to throw some lines on your dreadnought or whatever, so there's some white and some black lines there. All right, yeah. So let's look at some boards.
Now, to be perfectly honest, the boards are a heck of a lot higher quality than the pictures in the White Dwarf kind of lead it to be.
You think so?
Yeah, I think. I mean, it's on par with the Assassin game that came out. It's on par with it's even I think better than the Space Hulk one that came out. So we're definitely seeing a progression of their ability to print out cardboard tiles, which with the recent news of specialist games coming back is only good.
Oh.
So we have all the tiles are dual sided. And it looks like we have zones here where people can't walk through, like stills, containers, things like that there. Just really, top quality art on all of them.
Oh, cool. So 2 sides. If
Yeah.
you want to, flip it over. It's a different thing.
Yeah.
You get stalactites or stalagmites.
One of the two. We're going to decide which one it is. But yeah, all of the boards, slightly different theme. Obviously going with the theme of the Battle for Calth, where it's a lot of the fighting was done inside. So there we have... I want to say a Mechanicum toilet. I don't know. Or brewery.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
Mechanicum brewery.
Yeah. Just bringing back Bugman.
Yeah.
So there really are dwarves in space.
Well, not anymore. The turn is 8.
Oh, but when
Spoilers.
this happened, squats were still around.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
It's a tie-in.
So they drank themselves to death like the
maybe
tragically Native Americans.
So maybe the whole point... oh my gosh, we're going to get in so much trouble. I'm guessing the whole point to them creating this game was an excuse to go back on that promise of getting rid of the squats. I think they brought this back so that they can bring back the squats.
Well, they brought them back
What
and
do you
then
think,
they yeah, they brought them back and then they murdered them horrendously by Tyranids. Their planet was eaten.
Okay.
Like, we're going to give them a cool name change and then they're just going to get eaten.
All right.
But yeah, again, so all of the tiles are, similar, so they're not going to look terrible when they're butted up against each other. More beer right along there.
I wonder if is that in the story, if those canisters are somehow part of the narrative.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they are. No, I don't actually know. And then we have what is, I'm assuming, kind of a Word Bearer's Chaos Base area. And then on the flip side here, we have our upside down but fantastic Ultramarines Holier Than Thou area.
Oh.
You can tell because there's a giant Ultramarine symbol.
It's being tainted by yellow-green.
Someone peed on it.
The Iron Fist.
The Iron Fist?
Imperial Fist, sorry.
I want to say our Iron Fist crossed over from the Marvel Universe to pee on the Ultramarines, which I think would be like my comic book dream story because I love Iron Fist.
Oh, okay. So what are the cards about?
So the cards I'm
curious.
super
them in
stoked
here.
about. Okay, so I got to do it in a way. So we have a left leg card, a right leg card, a heavy weapon arm card, a power fist arm card, and a sarcophagus card.
Wow.
And an atomic power core card.
Jeez Louise.
So this really harkens back to me about second edition,
Yeah.
where your vehicles came with like more 2 pages of rules and different hit zones and different kind of things like that. I love these, and especially
because they simplify the combat in this game from what I recall. So you don't have necessarily like armor saves, is that right? I think you just have what your stamina is versus the amount of attacks, and I think it's like if you beat it, they kill the guy. If not, you're still around. So it sounds like you have your armor, stamina, assault, and bulk. What is bulk? bulk. I think that's. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I haven't read through the rules. What's super neat is we have, if you want to show the card up there, Ted.
Yeah.
On the front side there, you have the rules for Kurth Said.
Okay.
And then on the back side, you have the rules for Wounded Kurth Said.
Oh. So
Sadly.
what's the opposite of Super Saiyan?
Yes. Yeah, unless you start Wounded and then Super Saiyan away.
Okay.
And then you have cards like that for each of the characters in the box. So you have Captain Atheon, Sora Karax the Bull.
What?
And then they have
I'm curious to see how the Dreadnought works. It looks like they're really taking a departure.
And then it has what seems to be command cards, which do all kinds of special different things. So let's actually clear off the table here, and then we'll smoothly cut away to it actually being. So we have command cards. Command cards for word bearers. We have command cards for Ultramarines.
Okay, cool.
These are going to be different abilities you can play at any time of the game, or during special kind of conditions. Like this one here, Frenzy Charge, says play when activating a word bearer's unit that is not adjacent to an Ultramarines unit. The unit moves into an adjacent unoccupied hex and makes an assault action. Each model in the unit adds 1 to its assault value for the duration of the action. Whereas, which seems very word bearer-y. And then in Ultramarine 1, we have Suppressing Fire. It says play when an Ultramarine unit triggers a critical effect during a ranged attack. The target unit loses 1 tactical point. This is cumulative.
I heard that's really good. Because I think heavy weapons do that. I mean, if you trigger, you get a certain amount of criticals, it's supposed to take off people's actions. So that can be really key, it sounds like. So
and
you're not going to be able to shoot next turn or run or whatever.
And there's a lot of different ones. I mean, and just... I haven't read the rules. We're guessing on things here, but even just the stupid names of the things here, like the word bearers, you have Diabolical Swiftness, Rad Grenades, Would You Fire Upon Your Brother? just really great, fluffy names.
Oh, that's a word bearers.
And then and then your Ultramarines have very fluffy things like Precision Strike, Not One Step Back, Melt-A-Bomb, just really kind of Ultramarine things.
Okay.
I shouldn't have pulled Melt-A-Bomb as the third one, but hey, I still see it played.
Okay, so I mean, your war gear can be a command card in a way.
But
or command card can be your war gear rather.
I'm really interested to see how these cards play in the actual game itself, because it seems to be a couple of really clutch cards here that if you pull out, you're just be oh damn it, and then really turn the tide of the battle there.
Okay.
But no, those are amazing cards.
Okay.
What else we got?
What's that? How you doing, Nate? Or are you like, oh,
Hey, on the plus side, you don't have to wake up to go to Target anymore. Boost.
ooh, hallelujah.
Matt still has to.
What?
Matt still has to. I feel bad.
All right, so what do you want to do now?
I'm not sure, man. What do you think?
Okay, go through the book and see if there's something there to. This battery looks like it's not gonna last long either. So I think maybe if we do like the sit downs, maybe we could do that like this weekend or something like that. Or,
Okay. Yeah.
or maybe like we do this like overview now, edit it how you want.
Put it out and do it.
I put this.
Who said that?
Josh.
What did he say?
Neil.
He's just jealous. Josh, you're jealous.
Is he watching the stream?
He just posted about how he's saying watch a couple of nerds open a game box. But who's nerdier, the people opening the game box or the people watching the people opening the game box?
Exactly. At some point, he's going to be the one opening a game box, but we got first.
So far, I think it's Josh, Zach Eisen, Matt Morrison, Phil. I think are watching right now. Colin probably.
Oh, cool.
Probably, yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so here, I'm going to let you take the...
All right. Ready? Ready.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yo, dog, I hear you like streams.
Streaming, you're in Streamception.
Okay.
You're streaming
Why'd you
something
close
that
my
you're
watch
watching.
window?
You can just look at it right
watch the video?
Kind of, because I want to streamception.
You have your own box to open.
Matt's sleeping, and I can't go home and open it, so I have to wait till tomorrow.
Why?
Because Matt's sleeping. I'm not going to be a dick and move. Sleeps on the couch. I'm not going to ruin like his last 3 hours of sleep when I get home.
That's what you do. You open it right where the table is in front of the couch. That's such a good idea, wasn't it?
What?
We thought about that.
No, Matt doesn't care. Matt's got more than enough miniatures. I told him.
Matt has like 17,000 points
Matt's
of
got
Space
like over
Wolves.
a full great company of Space Wolves. Because he used to play
Are
Legacy.
you pausing for and redoing stuff now?
No, we're just going through the book. Ted's just doing things.
He's moving batteries around.
Yeah.
But your stream isn't on, right?
We have charged batteries. Oh, our stream is on.
Yeah.
You're listening to
Okay.
do this crap.
All right, so yeah, unfortunately, battery's dead. So let's
Alright.
do it for the stream.
Yeah, for sure.
And
Your battery's on, Dad?
Exclusive
What's
tier
up?
1 content.
what?
Have you power cord with you?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, that's good.
Use a card. I read a power cord, so yeah, it's fine. We'll,
Right.
Not very weird.
no, I know. Between
This
leaving
is
a
exclusive tier 1 mob rules content.
Yeah, for sure.
jury rigged.
Let's start peppering in swear words
right.
and racial slurs.
Thanks, John. Thanks.
Alright, we have the TVMA on this. You
Move
can
your
add that if
pod
you want
there.
to add that there.
So, what do we see first here?
Yeah.
Another one really of Games Workshop's really high quality images. They've been really knocking it out of the park with their miniature photography recently.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
as much as I make fun of their box art, where they can't seem to take a nice picture of their models when they're selling it, their battle scenes are just amazing looking. They've kind of taken some cues from Forge World in their early Imperial Armor books, and we're adding in kind of special effects like lighting, smoke, things like that, and it really kind of makes a really kind of cramped, confined inner fighting, and I think it looks awesome. It showcases the miniatures really, really well.
Yeah, I'm noticing that they're making a distinction between 30K and 40K. With 40K, all the base rings, they usually paint them like this, like olive color. With the Horus Heresy, they're doing a black ring around them.
I noticed it usually
It's-
matches the base color in the 40K or the main lines here.
A lot of times, but for the most part, they do stick to the drab. They do, yeah, on occasion, like they do ice or something like that. There's like that kind of, right, but
You know,
I wonder if that's like an intentional decision.
I'm pretty sure it's what they do for their board games, or their
Oh.
quote unquote board games. See, I'm doing my fingers here right for the camera.
Okay, good job.
Like that happened with the Assassin Box game. That happened
That
with
was
the
black,
Space.
too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Space
okay.
Hulk didn't really
That's-
happen so much for because obviously it's
That makes sense.
there's no base, but I think it's to differentiate it from that as well. Just,
I am noticing also that they're not they're actually putting the guys into like a diorama versus just like a board. I mean, I know in a lot of ways like they were really pushing this, almost like they kind of push it as a game, but really the game almost like the game is the excuse to buy the Horus Heresy models.
well, I'm gonna skip to the end real quick on that point because on the last page
Yeah.
is
How to use this in 40K?
new from Forge World, and it's all of the Horus Heresy books.
Okay, yeah. There's just no pretenses about it.
So
Like,
there-
this
no,
is
there's-
totally introductory Horus Heresy.
This is like a couple on Tinder meeting up and pretending that it's going to be for some kind of serious long-term relationship, but they both know why they're there. Games Workshop knows why they produced this
Yeah.
set. We know why we're buying this
meat and
set.
the cheese.
Meat and the cheese.
I don't know why that's relevant, but meat and cheese.
Meat and cheese. Again, I believe we're going to see the produced by the Games Workshop Design Studio and not have any particular name attributed to it. I know there's been some YouTube videos come out where Phil Catley has
I saw
been
part of
showing
one
off
of
the
those.
game, so I think he's had a hand in this here. But again, we're seeing the backlash from the Matt Wardicides, where everyone was like,
Matt
something would be
Wardicides.
released and be like, oh, screw this, it was made by this guy, and we're just kind of seeing the design studio.
Okay.
Kind of go through our general introduction. Not seeing again, my negativity is going to come through here a little bit,
Why?
but not seeing any Forge the Narrative boxes, which have been prevalent in the last two editions of 40K. But just kind of what you're getting here is kind of a nice little general background, kind of a little teaser to what to expect for the
Okay.
main book, as well as kind of a list of contents for the full book itself, with according the named characters and all that other stuff. Something I did mention when we were looking at the models, I really super appreciate that there's no chapter logo or Legion logos. There's no anything molded onto these. So even though we have this saying that it is Sorgarax, the bull. For the word bearers, there's nothing that stops me making that an ultramarine. There's nothing that stops that making that any legion that I want to be.
Okay.
And it goes through. Oh, I didn't even notice the dice. The dice, the weird me out, because what did these mean?
Oh yeah.
What are these?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to just, and this to me, I mean, it's cool that they have their own game system.
Yeah.
I feel these dice are going to turn into something I take to a 40k game and roll accidentally.
Yeah. Like the sustained fire dice.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, they're dice. It's good.
Yeah.
We're continuing our diorama scene here again, showing our two protagonists and antagonists facing off.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what do you think of that there?
What?
You think of this?
What do I think of this?
Yeah.
It sounds like you're leading me into something.
Well, I just think it's another, a phenomenal quality painting from GW.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
right,
I was just leading into your tendencies here. If you want to give some more insight into that, then go right ahead. If not, then just put me on the spot. I'm gonna look like a jerk.
It's I don't know. I mean, it's nice artwork.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not my style.
It is nice to see like original artwork, because I think like going through the Tau book, like there's pictures in there that were in the original Tau book, And
Well, it's not a new Tau Codex, though.
Well, true, but like we've had 4 of them now, so and that's fine. Like I'm not gonna hold that against them, but it is always nice to see like new stuff. I mean, it's nice to see like the old stuff being, like a little nod to the older artwork. But I don't know, it's cool to see that.
Going through our characters throughout here, and then kind of some of the squads, explaining. I think it's taking it's a beginner set into it is kind of holding our hand through it and explaining what each and every kind of thing is. So this is kind of almost like a gateway drug to main 30k, to main 40k, because we're explaining what Space Marines are. We're explaining what kind of Practical Terminators are, what veterans are, and all kind of things that I think a lot of people with some kind of base knowledge are going to know going into it.
Mm-hmm. And the board. Basic reference, what it is. This is kind of the obligatory, like what everything means. So something I noticed, like when I was watching that video with Phil, and I think like reading through the White Dork, is that so everybody's gonna have action points. I think this is kind of cool. Like we're going back somewhat to Age of Sigmar, and a lot of other games where you have this like back and forth kind of thing. And so like from what I understand, everybody has 2 action points. And you kind of decide. You have a list of things you can do. You can walk, you can run, you can shoot, you can talk shit, whatever it may be.
I got a dice roll for that now?
I guess. Because some gamers are just not artistic enough to be able to come up with their own shit.
It's like, you're a cock.
Naturally, a boxcar will be cock. I think 2 is poop head. 1 is you're a nice guy. Have nice hair.
You failed your roll, so you got to compliment him and buy him a drink.
Your mom makes lovely pastries.
And by pastry, I mean dicks.
So you can stack your compliments.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I think that's kind of neat. You have these. I think they flip over. So like that's 2 action points. You flip it over, it becomes 1 action point. And then you just get rid of it. You don't have any action points.
C.
Oh yeah. So here we go.
So here we go. God, I hate punching stuff out. So you have 2 action points, 1 action point, 0 action points.
Yeah. So we go like your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn. I think at one point you roll for initiative. I can't remember.
Sure.
For the whole
sounds good
turn, but so I think that Age of Sigmar, you have kind of that that dynamic where all right, it's your turn, you assault me, then you get to pick who's going to assault who, and so you want to attack the person who hasn't assaulted yet, so that you can carve off as many of their assaults before they hit you. And so I think there's kind of that interplay that you're going to see now too, where it's like, all right, you just moved. Okay, you only have 1 action point. So do I affect that person that only has 1 action point, or do I affect the people who have 2 action points and potentially shoot twice or something?
Which is like from Age of Sigmar is actually a really solid tactical system.
Yeah, I mean it adds a little bit of variety. It adds like a little bit of uncertainty, which I think is nice. Like you really all right, let's take care of this problem instead of hedge it for a while or whatever. So anyway, I think that's really cool. So our general playing the game, initiative phases, action phases, I think we kind of talked a little bit about that
Well,
already.
we'll go
the
more
amount
into
of
this.
actions.
We'll go more into this when we actually play a game, you know, and understand the rules.
Yeah, not like now where we're just kind of pretending like we already know what we have not read since
We know everything, so yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah, series. Okay, so the different things you can do: advance, pin, run, consolidate. What is that? So move to adjacent hex. I think you can combine squads. I think you could pick and choose. I don't know if that's the rule, but I think I remember Phil Kelly talking about that. Assault, retreat, shoot. Okay, then I think this is. So the obscured shots, rubble, and barricade. I don't think those are actions. I think those are effects on your actions.
What I really appreciate in this book here is, I mean, it looks like the rule set is pretty simple. It doesn't look like there's kind of a huge thing going through it, and then you have these big obvious pictures for nearly every single rule that's in here.
Oh yeah. They give you a solid example instead of you having to use your imagination, which is painful. Critical effects. This is the one that I was thinking of. I think if you anyway, I'm not going to go into the details there.
But I really love the art style and the guns here. Getting back to stuff that we can talk about in now.
Okay.
Yeah. The hilts right here. Just they're a little bit skinnier than kind of the standard model ones.
Yeah.
And I really like how that looks because to me, this right here probably weighs like 100 pounds and it's held up by this tiny little piece of wood.
Yeah, not carbon fiber hilt, right?
No, that's natural elm. It's been
Really?
treated for days. I'm finished with a kind of a nice wipe-on varnish stain.
Wow. Oh, you know what? The old chain bayonets. That's cool. I wonder if we're going to start seeing some models with that. I think they did. Didn't they come up with something?
I think so.
There's some plastic ones?
Let me see here. Okay. Keep talking, distract. I'm going to look through the script.
Redirect, like Penn and Teller.
It's so good. So good.
Yeah, it looks like the pistols are a little bit stubbier in the picture than they were in the plastic, but no, this is cool. So lots of so these are the rules for how to use a heavy bolter, a heavy flamer, and so on. So it tells you what their critical effect is. The shoot. I wonder what that means. If that's distance.
Shoot 4. Maybe that's dice rolled.
Yeah, I don't know.
Chime in. Well, what do you think it is? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
You, not us. Otherwise,
Yeah,
we'll look stupid.
other people. Yeah, we don't know. If you've already downloaded the rules from some Pirate Bay website, please tell us where we're going wrong.
Yeah. Scenarios. Okay, how to play a campaign. That's cool. I'm excited to see that. What is it? Visions or White Dwarf is going to have a mission.
Yeah. The new White Dwarf does have an additional mission.
So we may see some additional support on this. Let's see. Advice for your first game. Okay, I remember this is the one that Phil Kelly and some people were playing.
Okay.
And so I think that, from what I remember, they were having to run from one side of the board, either side. So you had the Word Bearers and the Ultramarines. They had to run to the opposite side and then try to get out. And I think they had 6 turns to do it. And so like you basically had to be the first ones out. And I think you might seal a door or something like that. But and whoever got there by the end with more men than the other person wins. So I don't know. That could be that's just a little something different. Right? You're trying to fight the clock plus screw your opponent over. If both of you guys run for the end, it's gonna be a matter of a dice roll who ends up like activating their troops first.
And the way these boards go together here is really nice. I mean, there's a lot of variety to it, but I mean, you have like 1, 2, 3, 4 boards here that look completely normal together. Yeah. I mean, there's the art direction on that must have been amazing to be like, okay, we can. Yeah, you have these modular boards where it can like cut and paste and fit in different places, but when you have like your ambient lighting, match up all over here and not look out of place when it's pulled away. It's really, really nice.
Very well thought out. So that's the missions, and then how many are there? 6 missions.
By the way, spoilers. I think Word Bearers lose.
Oh, what?
I know. I'm the worst.
Okay.
I'm a okay person.
What happens if you got one?
some of this looks like some backstory, some behind the
And now
scenes.
you have the color plates here, real similar to the main Horus Heresy books from Forge World. Each of their books has come out with the armies being in a very similar layout, giving you different examples of color schemes. Obviously, this one is a little bit more compact, where you're not getting multiple different kind of color schemes for the legions. But the fact that they included this in here and kind of keeping in with that Forge World style again is kind of more proof to be that this is, you know, this is your free hit.
Yeah.
Your free $150 hit before you go and buy Forge World.
Looking good. So I don't know, man. I'm really excited about it. I think we're gonna try to play a game this weekend, and I'd like to do a recap. So maybe on the podcast after next we'll have.
Yeah.
So I think next Friday we have a release. and
Yeah.
then-
So as always, you know, remember to like, share, subscribe the Mob Rules podcast on iTunes.
Yeah.
Yeah. This Friday is going to be our big interview with Gav Thorpe. Gav spent about 2 hours with us, just
That was exciting.
shooting the breeze. It was actually really nice.
Yeah,
Lots of
I
good
felt
things.
like such a nerdy little fanboy. It was so bad.
You and our other guests too. Yeah. So that's going to be this Friday, and then after that, I think we're going to be talking about some Heresy times with this.
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
Cool.
So we want to thank again Tier 1 for letting us open up a box here.
Thanks, Gene.
Thanks, Gene.
And your employees.
You're welcome.
And we will, I don't know, go away now. Go back to bed. It's late. Come on.